Three reasons why you can't remember what you have read in the class. Three reasons why you can't remember what you have read in the class. Most of the time, students will always complain that they don't remember what they have read in the class. They keep complaining and complaining that they have read for several times, yet they can't remember what they have read. So the reason is simple. Number one is that you want to be the teacher. So that's the reason why you don't remember. So you can't be a teacher, you are a student. So how do I mean? Being a teacher is simply that you want to memorize, you want to demonstrate exactly how the teacher does it in the class. No, you do not do that. That is not learning. You are just trying to mimic the teacher, and you can't learn by mimicking anyone. So all you need to do is to understand exactly what the teacher has said in the class, and then you try to put it in your own way. So you try to restructure it to give it an understanding so you can bring it out in your own view, the way you have understood that. So when you do that, then you have an upper hand in retaining what you have read. So do not be the teacher, be the student, be yourself. Number two is that you don't include the three aspects of learning. You do not incorporate that when you are learning. So in learning, we have three different aspects. And that is the cognitive aspect, the effective aspect, and then the psychomotor aspect of the learning. So when you do not include these things, then your learning is not complete. So it has a link with the first this thing I have just said, which has to do with being the teacher. No. So let's talk about the motor kind of learning. So talking about working things with the hands, trying to do things based on what the teacher has said. Effective learning is talking about the generality of the understanding of what you have done. Then we have the cognitive aspect of it. So the cognitive has to do with the mentality of the how you think and how you bring out solutions based on what you have learned. How you use your brain to link the to link what you must have learned to use it to solve problems. So it's not just like the effective, which has to do with the generality of the understanding. So when you can think deeply in what you have learned and relate it to something, and then the general principle of that particular topic, so that gives you an understanding of that. And then when you now try to demonstrate what you have learned, which is the psychomotor aspect of it, then you have a full scale understanding of any particular topics, and that will give you the memory to recognize whatever thing a teacher does in the class. So the last one is that you do not reflect. So reflection is very important. So after teaching, and then you just think, oh, I have learned it, and that is all, then you are making a big mistake. You see, when you learn something, yes, definitely you have it in your memory. But how do you now retain that for a long term? So you need what we call reflection. So reflection means that in the next day to come, you are going to still remind yourself, yes, I did this particular topic yesterday. Do I still remember it? So how do I put it into use? So when you reflect, try to remember what you have done earlier on, then it means, yes, you really appreciate it, and then you really value what you have learned. So you want to retain it. But when you keep it and you don't come back to it, gradually the thing disappears from your memory. And that is how you lose what you do. So if the reason most people can't even retain what they, is because how they have groomed their brain, because the brain is just the what holds whatever thing you want to learn. So for you to treat it with maybe unseriousness, so it will still bring back the same unseriousness in you. So even if you do not remember anything at all, how often have you tried to reflect on that? Just keep reminding the brain, and then the brain has no option than to let it in. So that's how to learn. Learning is about dedication, it's about being sincere to yourself, it's about being responsible in what you want. So when you do that, then you can't forget anything.